Hello guys, this is KTB Vlogs or TBC Production here, as I'm back doing another video here on my vlog channel here. Of course, as we are continuing the last couple of episodes of the Fate File Die Enemy drama series, of course. So of course, if you guys check out the previous episode, of course, episode 8. So this is episode 9 of the series. Of course, the next episode after this, of course, will be episode 10. That will kind of conclude the first season of this drama series. So, of course, the previous video I actually did on this channel, of course, was the Fate File Die Enemies drama series, but the other video before it was the first video I uploaded this year, of course, on this channel. That was me actually promoting my book that I actually did release on Amazon, of course, An Evil Link. So, of course, if you want to check out that video, you can as well. So, that book actually is already released, and you guys can actually get a copy of that book, of course, today. So anyway, of course, as I did talk about in the episode 8 of how I actually will do the last couple of episodes, because I actually kind of took a break from the whole incident of what Fate was doing since September of last year, and I kind of caught up of see what he actually has been doing. Of course, as a me, I don't keep up with Fate all the time. Because, like I said, if you keep up with someone that's still doing the same mess and still doing the same complete garbage, it's just ridiculous. And that's why, like I said, to the guys that was commenting on my videos, telling me I'm wrong and I'm a hater and all this, I'm like, can you see the picture here? How can I hate someone that's doing wrong and telling lies about a video game? But it's funny enough, when the person that's doing this mess, it's the person you say he's a good person, he loves Mortal Kombat, he would never do this. No. How can you fall for something that's not true? It's just so funny. So that's how I will actually do for that for these last two episodes here. Of course, this is the episode 9. So when 10 comes out, we'll talk about the last part of that, because there's actually more of what Fate was doing, and he's actually still doing this right now as I'm speaking on this video here. So in this episode today, of course, the previous episode we talked about the little stuff that Fate was doing, of course, of getting mad at Mike Hollow, still trying to keep talking about the quote pro players, still doing the same mentality mess that he was doing in 2024, and basically keep doing the same shit. It's like he's just repeating rinse. It's like rinse, repeat, recycle every time. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So in this video here, so we already talked about all the stuff about what him and Mike Hollow was dealing with and all that in episode 8. So we're gonna talk about more stuff that actually Fate is actually doing right now. So let's dive in. So of course, as of recently, as of Mortal Kombat right now, of course, Conan just got released. Of course, Conan from the movies I love, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan the Barbarian. So he just got released. Of course, Fate's still hating on the game. He continue on doing the same trend as everything. Of course, as to new people that don't know who Fate is. Of course, I guess I can give you guys a quick recap. Fate File Die Enemies is, or AKA Infinite Retro, is a YouTuber that been around hating on random people in different platforms, of course, of video games. Hate the fact that people still play video games on consoles and basically have this whole grudge of console war and all this with PC and all this mess, and just hates the fact that people are playing games of today and kind of hate on the reason trying to pretend he likes something that he really don't really like, because that's how I figured out of his history, because he don't really like Mortal Kombat. So it's very true, because this is not a joke or a lie. He does not like Mortal Kombat, so it's very very true, because back then he was a Halo fan, Final Fantasy fan, and during that whole era of Xbox. So he never really liked Mortal Kombat. It's basically, as of today, he's hopping on a trend of hating on people that's playing the recent Mortal Kombat as of today. Kind of start the whole trend when MK11 stopped the support of Mortal Kombat back in 2021. So he was called Infinite Retro. He got exposed like around 2018. Then of course he'd been gone for almost 3 years. Then all of a sudden here he is, back as of what you see him today. Fate File Die Enemies. Of course he actually has multiple channels, but will talk about those in the final episode of the season, so you guys can know what I actually kind of discovered, because it's some crazy shit. So that's a quick recap for the new people that don't know who Fate File Enemy is. So I'm kind of glad that I gave you all that information there. So yes, so he just been hating on the fact of Conan the Barbarian just got released and calling the game garbage, trash, all of this stuff. And of course, as recently, Mortal Kombat, as I guess the developers announced a ninja, I guess called Pink Floyd. That's what I'm guessing here. And as I look at this ninja, is a pink ninja actually copying some of the ninja's moves. So, like, say, example, Sub Zero's move, Scorpion, Spear, Slide, uh, any of the ninja's moves in the game. As I can see this whole concept of this ninja, this character, they could have just made Chameleon. I mean, as I see of it wouldn't have been that hard to make Chameleon at all. It would have been so easy, because as I see, half the characters that are cameos could have been playable characters. The female Chameleon could have been a playable character to play with. Shujinko could have been a playable character. Serena could have been a playable character. Motaru could have been like almost like a boss, like Shao Kahn in some ways, or Goro. Um, any of the cameos in the game could have been playable, but it's kind of, yeah, as some people will say, like, why Sonya and Jax and Kano are not playable. I kind of feel the same way too. It's kind of strange in a lot of ways, but when I realized that they try to do something different that we can try to follow and try to see how it works out. That's why I hate about those kind of people. Hate on the fact they try to do something different. You don't always gotta be, oh, the same thing we played before. So we gotta keep doing the same thing we did in the last game. So, like, say example, that's what kind of how it was back in the old days in the old games. They kept doing the same thing. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's just like, so for example, MK1, MK2, well, the original Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, it was the same game. They just did the same thing that you did in the previous one. So they try to do something different with MK3 and by adding combos and more special moves for the characters. And so they didn't want to stay in that same format as playing like that in the next following games, like MK4. Then you had Deadly Alliance. That's when the whole thing changed of how to play the game. I actually like how the PlayStation 2 games played. Unlike Fate here, saying they're like Tekken Might. But in reality, those games actually are more funner than playing the older games in some ways because it's not really fun. I mean, you lose on the third person in MK in the Mortal Kombat game. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, like, how did I lose? And we just start playing the game. uh, I mean, Jade. Uh, oh man, crazy. So yeah, so the whole thing I kind of think of that of like those cameo characters could have been playable characters, but of course for this Pink Floyd ninja character, he could have been a chameleon. He could have been chameleon. That's why I kind of thought they could have made him chameleon. So that's what he should have been. But Fate over here blazing and oh my god, Mike, he's great in the game, Mike. So sad. And this is the same guy that hate the fact about saying the ninja was gay and all this shit. And he's sitting here praising this. See, guys, this is what a shill does. Okay? A shill sits there and hates the game, bashes on the game, and at the same time love the game. See, that's a shill. A shill's a person that will glaze it, praise it, and hates it at the same time. That's what his whole channel is. If he's sitting here hating this game to the fullest and then lying about the fact that you said all this stuff about the game and you saying I'm a real fan, Mike. I'm a real fan, Mike. No, you're not. That's a shill. A shill's a person that hates and loves the game at the same time. It's like a split in personality of you. If you don't like this game, why the hell are you still sitting here saying you love this game? And that's the real reason how these guys said this in my comments saying I am wrong and this guy is right. That's not right at all. That's completely fucked up. So he's sitting here praising on this ninja character that just revealed. And now he's sitting here glazing over that right now. It's completely fucked up. If you just said the characters is a guy ninja Mike. He's a guy ninja Mike. But you're glazing it. And that's the whole point of this whole nonsense. I mean, it's completely ridiculous as I sit here and see this. Okay. So the next thing of course is the fact that there's a guy named this guy named Teuton. I guess yes, this guy. Oh boy. So this guy named Teuton is actually a person that is doing is kind of almost the same thing as Bait, and at the same time, he plays Mortal Kombat 1 as well. And of course, he sits here and actually agrees with what Bait actually is doing, and it's completely fucked up in my whole perspective. And I have to say, this guy is an idiot for following this bullshit that this guy does completely. And yes, this is the same idiot that voted for Donald Trump, and I can completely agree. Because as of right now, this whole country is fucked up as I speak completely. And I know since these people crying about TikTok, to my knowledge, it will be fucked up in the end anyway. It doesn't matter if they brought it back; it's gonna be fucked up in the end. So you can't complain about that because, like I said, just what you guys wanted. So yes, Tootin is a completely a stupid idiot to the fullest and to the max. Agreeing with this idiot and this hypocrite say is completely wrong. Sitting there, I agree with everything you say, Fate. It's so sad when these guys sitting here telling you you're not wrong about Mortal Kombat. This game is so bad. It's so garbage. I did not I did not care about Mortal Kombat 11, and that game was so horrible. And this is the same asshole that was making hating on the fact that people were still playing Mortal Kombat 11. As I said, I think, I think, was it, I think it was in the last episode that I said, like, when I actually went back and played MK11, I think it was like, I think it was indeed November, or I think it was November, because I think when I went back and played MK11, they actually gave me. I think they gave me Jade's. I think they gave me Jade's MK2 costume, if I'm right, and that's when I was like, oh, wow, they gave me a costume that I did not earn. I guess I've been gone that long since I played the game. Since I think it was 3 year, 2 or 3 year, 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago because I got MK11. I believe in I think yeah, I think I got MK11 and MK. I think I got MK11 in 2023. So it actually has been. It has been that long since I played the game because I stopped playing it because I was playing, like, I think Xenoverse 2, and then I think I was playing Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty Black Ops. I think it was Cold War or Modern Warfare. One of those Call of Duty games. But overall, like I said, it's kind of ridiculous how you see a guy sitting there saying that you agree with this asshole and he's completely wrong about what he's saying. And yes, he takes up for Total MK as well. But yeah, it is sad to see Total MK act like this too. Because yes, I actually grew up learning more from Total MK about the other Mortal Kombat games. But it's just so sad when you see the person you watch for so long, not Fate, no, not him, but Total MK, seeing him acting like this now is completely ridiculous. I mean, just for an interview, I would never do that. So for this Tootin guy sitting here acknowledging fate of what he's saying is completely fucked up. And I think he did the same thing with Total MK, made a video with him too. It's just completely stupid. You agreeing with these two guys and knowing the fact they're wrong. I agree with everything you say about Mortal Kombat. It is so true. Oh boy, another hypocrite. So yeah, when I saw this shit, I was like, wow, wow. Yeah, just why it's like I said, it's completely so ridiculous because I guess the reason why they doing this because I think I talked about it a little bit in the episode 8 video. I think Sikander is doing doing tournaments with other people. There's tournaments actually going on online with I think it's called Rips Arena. I seen a couple of their videos because I think they did MK11 as well if I'm right. And so I guess because Sikander is doing tournaments with a bunch of people, and they are all mad because MK1 is coming out with a new tournament coming out pretty soon because they all hate the fact that this game's still being played by a lot of people. And that's the whole reason of it. That's why Fate is doing all this because he hates the fact that people are still playing the game, just like Tekken 8. It's kind of that's why I keep comparing Tekken 8 to MK1. It's because it's kind of strange. He doesn't talk about bad about Tekken 8, and that game's completely 180 horrible than Mortal Kombat 1. Come on. I mean, people got mad because they added the Final Fantasy character Clive in the game over Tifa. You're supposed to cut Tifa. Why she's not in the game? I mean, everybody cry over that. I'm like, wow, wow, really? Tifa over her? I was laughing my ass off. It's just so sad. I mean, every way. I mean, but that's what's strange about it. He don't complain about Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6. It's always Mortal Kombat 1 every time, and that's what I kind of find strange. He don't complain about that game. It's always Mortal Kombat. So that's why I believe why he's doing this, and it's kind of sad at the same time because the game's still being played by a lot of people, and they thinking that the game that might the game that might every time. And I'm looking at the fact that still people playing on consoles has crossplay. People still playing Combat League, rank, and player matches, everything. Same thing on MK11. Like I said, I played the game uh, in November, so it was a couple of months ago, and 2 months ago, tops. And seeing that people are still playing MK11 is completely surprising to me. And that's why all those so called Mortal Kombat YouTubers want to all jump back on Mortal Kombat 11 because people are still playing the game. And that's what's sad about it because they don't have no content of got to go complain about something else. See, I'm kind of glad MK 2011 is not talked about a lot because they will go back and hate on that game. It's completely true because I believe that. Because Posse Grandpa did make 2 or 3 videos of MK11. Oh, MK 2011. Well, yeah, he did make 2 videos of MK11 as well, of complaining about how the characters play in the game and well, you're doing this and on these characters and you're playing well there. You play like this. Scorpion play like this. Sub Zero play like this. This completely wrong. These characters ain't great in this game. How you call yourself a pro player and your ass is so wrong? And no, in the fact I would beat him in a match anyway, and it's true. So me seeing you saying all this shit is completely wrong. Just saying. So yeah, so that's pretty true. That's why they all doing this. Like I see us. I think it was Super went back and played MK11. Then I forgot the other guy. Uh, all those guys that was hating on MK1 and all of them, they all said, "Ah, we went back and played Mortal Kombat 11. People are still playing Mortal Kombat 11." This game is dead. Why people are still playing this game? Well, it's the same way with Sparking Zero right now. And like I said, that DLC kind of felt lackluster. Like I said, I think I did talk about Sparking Zero as well, but it's kindly true. It is lacking a lot of stuff, and they how many times you gonna keep updating with patches and notes, messing up characters' moves. It's going to make the game feel horrible anyway. I mean, the characters they got in the game that they did add actually were correct characters to put in the game, but there were still three or four more characters missing from that pack. And I know the characters that are missing. Then they did not give you no story mode of the superhero movie or any of that. The whole DLC was lackluster completely. But according to President Rose, the DLC was great, bro. It's great, bro. No, it wasn't. But like I said, Sparking Zero is still lackluster. It's still a horrible game. Like I said, people will never understand that game will never outtop Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Till this very day, it will never outtop that game. If Raging Blast did not outtop Tenkaichi 3 or Xenoverse or Kakarot, none of those games did not outtop that game. That's why the game's still the best. But anyway, I guess my little brief little cameo of Sparking Zero as to what it is right now. Lackluster, not great, it's just a horrible game. But overall, back to this, of course. Yeah, so that's the whole reason behind a lot of this, because people are kind of, according to, like I said, Bait and all those guys, they only doing this because people are still playing those more combat games. So like it's kind of surprising MKX is still online, MK11 is still online, Injustice 2, because they are basically the later games that are available to play online. Since MK 2011 and MK vs. DC were the early games that were online back then, and Injustice 1, those three games are not online, and the later three games are. So that's why they're all complaining about the fact people are still playing those games. Completely wrong. And it's sad to see the game dead, mate. Why are there still people playing this game, mate? So that's why I kind of believe with that. Like I said, they're Fate, any of the other Mortal Kombat YouTubers, and Total MK, they're hating on the fact that people are still playing those games and they don't like it that the game's still being played by a lot of people. And that's the whole solution behind the whole thing about the tournaments. They don't like the fact people are still doing tournaments. They don't like the fact that people are playing the game online, playing Combat League, crossplay, or the towers, or invasions, whatever they're doing in the game. You don't like the fact that people are still playing it. That's the truth. Alright, so the final part of this video, of course, as of what Fate actually did, kind of completely fucked up, if you ask me, and it's sad in some ways. And of course, it ties back to Breast Poet. Alright, so Breast Poet actually made a video of him actually not going to actually do any more Mortal Kombat content since his whole channel was based around Mortal Kombat. Of course, when I met Breast Poet, I actually met him on Twitter, and I was talking to him back then on Twitter when it was okay during those times before Elon Musk fucked it up as of today. So, of course, Breast Poet started his channel, of course, around Mortal Kombat X, since that's so because he actually came around that whole time period of Injustice, MKX, Injustice 2, MK11, all that whole time period, because that's what his whole channel was based around. So, of course, as of today, of course, he's starting, I guess, college now, and of course, I think he moved to Nevada since he did leave California because he said he was going to uh, Nevada. And Fate is kind of upset. Fate is upset because a Breast Poet actually moved on away from his bullshit and start doing new things for himself. So I guess these guys are mad. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it in. These guys, him and Total Fate and Total MK, are upset Breast Poet move on and doing something better in his life and not relying on Mortal Kombat. And this guy made a whole damn video of watching Breast Poet basically telling his viewers the new change he's doing for himself and start you know lifting your spirits up and do a brand new task on your journey. So Fate is sitting here upset because Breast Poet moved on and starting something new for his life. So I guess as of what I actually was dealing with, and I talked about in the video of me releasing my first Amazon book, I actually was dealing with a whole bunch of marketers and scammers that was on Facebook. And I actually managed to get through that whole nonsense of November and December. And as a starting of this year in January, as I released my very first book, as you saw in that video, I actually hope and plan I actually do keep on going with my book series just started, and hoping to have a good, successful journey of my success of releasing my very first book. So, since I kind of see the whole similarities of myself doing something, starting something brand new, and Breast Poet is doing something brand new, but Fate is upset is upset of the fact that Breast Poet moved on and do something new. He still will be playing video games, on as pastime, of course, because a lot of people start playing Black Ops 6. Well, no, not yeah, Black Ops 6 and Marvel Rivals. So a lot of people are playing other games. It's not always more. It's not always more combat. So he is up. So him and Tola MK are upset that the fact that Breast Poet moved on away from their bullshit of them hating on more combat and got out of that whole nonsense and did something brand new for himself. So they don't like the fact that a person can just go and move on and go do something else, and they don't want that. Like him, a lot of people told him to move on and go do something else, go play another game. Like if you got 1,000 Steam games on your so-called PC, mate, go play those games then. And what's so funny, the first game that you played recently is Mortal Kombat 1. So that tells me then you can't go play no other game. You gotta hate on this game every single day of the week. And that's the point of it. He can't move on from Mortal Kombat. He gotta keep hating on people that's still playing the game. I mean, he may be about Super, True Dog Gaming, Maximilian, hell, like I said previously, Mike Hollow and Sikander. They just keep doing the same shit over and over again. And so this of him making the video about Breast Poet is completely so stupid as fuck. Because he hates the fact that he went and moved on and go do something new. Meanwhile, you're sitting here still doing the same exact shit. My combat garbage, mate, is dead, mate. Keep saying the same damn dumb shit. And then you're praising and glazing and hating at the same time. That's what a shill is. That's all it is. So yeah, when I saw that of him hating on the fact Breast Poet moved on, went go did something new, and of course, as him starting, uh, I guess getting his bachelor degree and all of that, and becoming a teacher, and of course, he don't like the fact that Breast Poet voted for Kamala Harris. Like me, I voted for Kamala Harris too. I did not vote for Donald Trump. So it's kind of sad as fuck of you sitting here the fact that you hang on people that want people to help others because you don't want people to help people. And that's what the whole reason of the world. That's why the world's fucked up. Everything's fucked up right now as I speak. I told you. I knew something bad would happen when he got elected. Cause I know it's gonna come. And you know what's so crazy about it? I kind of see this recycle in some ways, and I do kind of find it strange. It might happen again. You never know. When a Democrat comes into office, they have to fix everything that the Republican did. Like him, he was destroying a lot of shit in the office when he was elected in 2017. And try to get rid of healthcare and increase prices and make a lot of things high pricey for people to get. And I like I said about today's standard of gaming consoles, there'll be a cold day in hell if I will pay $700 for a PlayStation 5 Pro. You gotta be stupid as hell to buy that. And I would never buy that if I just had the PS5 Slim. So if you realize that when he was in office the first time, that's where all the problems started. And of course, he's the reason of COVID-19. Get it? He had this created so a lot of people can die and get sick by it and do all this crazy ass shit. And of course, all the distractions in the world, the people shooting each other, and uh, George Floyd, and all this bull crap, and all this shit, Diddy, all this shit is done to nothing but distractions. And how fitting, California's on fire, and that's why, like I said, it's distractions. But the real threat is in front of you because he's about to destroy everything. So that's why I believe, like I said, when Biden did get in office, he did fix a lot of stuff that he was fucking up. But as a course towards this nonsense, you know, I just realized something here. Even though this has nothing to do with fate here, did you guys know that Donald Trump is wanted TikTok banned? And then finally saying he helped TikTok, brought TikTok back from being banned, but he actually was the one that created it. He created this in 2020. In 2020, this was in 2020, but it didn't go into effect 4 years 4 years later of him getting elected as president. Then all of a sudden, TikTok is banned, and then he so-called brought it back. Can you see the pattern there? He's the reason of it. I mean, a reason a lot of things getting messed up, like uh, a lot of people getting notifications of from random people they don't know, and it's all completely fucked up. Facebook is the same way too, and that's how I realized there was a bunch of marketer scammers. And know what's so funny about it? All from Nigeria. That's what's so funny about the crap. Even though I am African American, but it's sad to see something like that disgracing what you are, scamming you and thinking you supposed to give them some money. But like I said, I'm glad that I opened my eyes up and saw all of this nonsense. But of course, like I said, the world is doomed. It is. It is doomed. And for Fate here, it is so sad to see him hate the fact that Breast Poet moved on and go do something else. You don't like the fact that you can go do something else. Mortal Kombat is not my priority. You can go play any other game besides Mortal Kombat. I mean, Mortal Kombat is not the only fighting game out there. I mean, there were fighting games that kind of spawned off the whole three games that I know and still know to this very day. Of course, that would be Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Killer Instinct. So when I look at like Virtual Fighter, Dead or Alive, Tekken, Soul Calibur, any of those games, they're kind of they kind of came off the inspiration of those three games that I just named that people still remember. to this very day. So, Mortal Kombat is not your priority every time uh, the person that you talked to before was part of. You don't have to be part of it all the time. You can go do other things. So that's what I learned from this whole nonsense of him. I mean, completely. Definitely, guys, stay tuned for episode 10 because that episode I'm going to be, it's a lot of shit I got to dive into because this man is doing a lot of crazy ass shit. And like I said, it is completely reversed, completely head turning, and just make you think, why is he doing this? So stay tuned. So guys, so hope you guys enjoy this video of this whole discussion of episode 8 here. As well, episode 8, not episode 8, episode 9, I meant to say. Sorry about that. So I hope you guys enjoy episode 9 of the Fate File Die enemy drama. I mean, I'm still trying to hold my laughter in because it's kind of sad at the same time. Because when I look at this, it's just it just make you like, why are you gonna get mad mad and upset because somebody went and go do something else. So the moment he saw Brush Poet go make that video and just telling people that, yeah, I still like Mortal Kombat, but I'll go do something else. He gonna make a video. Why you do this, Mike? You're supposed to be playing Mortal Kombat, Mike. Why you change, Mike? Go watch that video, guys, if you guys see it on his channel. But it's just so stupid. I mean, completely. How you gonna get upset because he went and did something else? Him and Total MK, they both were upset because Brush Poet went and told what he said in his video that he go do something else. Of course, he's going to get a teaching degree and bachelor and all that stuff as of becoming a teacher. And it's just so sad when you see somebody gets angry over the fact that a person can go do something else and move on, but you don't like the fact that a person can do that. And it's just so sad at the same time, you can't move on. That's why he's still making all these hate videos. Because he don't like the fact that people are still playing the game, and he don't like the fact that other people can go do something else. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for the final episode of the drama series, episode 10. And we definitely going to be diving into a lot of things in that episode. So that's basically what actually happened, I say, for this whole month of January. And of course, as of what happened in January, of course, as we're now into February now. So, yeah, I mean, well, in episode 8, as I said, he actually made the first video of the year he made was him hating Mortal Kombat. It was, I'm not lying. The first video of New Year's, he was hating Mortal Kombat to the fullest, to the max. I'm like, damn. Starting off the year hating on the game? Come on. But like I said, it's sad when you see him do this stuff. It completely is. And that's why I totally agree with it. So, see you guys and check out the last episode of the drama series. And of course, if you guys want to check out my new book that I did create, An Evil Thing, the video will be probably the latest video that was present on my channel. So, of course, that will be there as well. And yeah, so stay tuned for the final episode and see you guys next time. Well, final episode of the season, I meant to say. And see you guys, and peace.